Good morning. Another beautiful warm day. Good morning. Feel free to lie down or stay seated this morning. So whatever you prefer. If the heat's been getting to you or you just haven't been sleeping that well, you might like to lie down. Otherwise, feel free to stay in a seated position. You don't need anything in particular for your practice this morning, just yourselves. And we might begin by tensing the body as tightly as we can. So when you're ready, you can breathe in and clench the fists, scrunch up your toes, screw up the face, clench the buttocks, tighten the chest, the tummy, and then let all of that tension go as you exhale. We might do this a couple more times. So tensing the body as tightly as you can as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, releasing all of that tension, letting go. And once more. And then allowing yourself this time now to be still, nothing to do, just total stillness, total rest, silence. In this quiet space, become aware of what's going on in the body, any physical sensations in the body. And then notice what's going on in your mind. Do you feel quite distracted? Not fully here? Is the mind racing, one thought after the other? Or is your mind relatively quiet and still? Watch your mind without attaching a judgment to what you observe. The ancient yogic text, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, yoga, the aim of yoga is defined as bringing the mind to stillness. So yoga in its purest form is about the mind, and the mind is intimately connected to our body and our breath. Indra Devi, a well-known yogini and a student of Krishnamacharya, said, like water, which can clearly mirror the sky and the trees only so long as its surface is undisturbed. The mind can only reflect the true image of the self when it is tranquil and wholly relaxed. I mentioned in my email yesterday that I've just finished a course on the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, thanks to Chris, who's with us this morning, who told me about this wonderful course. And our teacher on that course also mentioned that the mind is like water. He said, water, if you don't stir it, becomes clear. So too, the mind, when left unaltered, will return to its natural state. Water, if you don't stir it, becomes clear. So too, the mind, when left unaltered, will return to its natural state. So I thought we might make this the intention of our practice together this morning, to focus on settling the mind, leaving the mind alone, in a sense. As Longchen Rabjam states, do not alter, do not alter, do not alter this mind of yours. Do not grasp, do not grasp, do not grasp at this mind of yours. So I invite you now to imagine that you are sitting by a calm, still body of water. So it might be a beautiful waterhole or a lake or a pond, rather than the ocean or a flowing river. Visualize yourself gazing into the water. Inhale, cool water. And exhale, cool water. Crisp, clean, pure water. Soothing water. Inhale, cool water. Exhale, cool water. A pool of water cannot reflect properly when it's disturbed. So feel yourself sitting quietly, gazing into water, allowing your mind to quieten and stabilize. Breathe in cool water. Breathe out cool water. Tranquil, calm water. The water is so calm and steady that all reflections can be seen clearly, truthfully. And you might like to say to yourselves a few times, I inhale still water. I reflect things as they are. I inhale still water. I reflect things as they are. And you might like to ponder the question, am I steady? Am I steady? And gently release this visualization, release the practice. You might like to sigh the breath away. Like to have a little bit of a stretch, do what feels good. If you're lying down, you might bring the knees in towards the chest and gently rock from side to side. And we're going to start our movement in a standing position this morning. So just take your time. There's no hurry. Come up to stand on your mat and I'll come back to meet you. You do feel a little bit, if the heat's really gotten to you recently and you're not feeling 100%, feel free to sit down. You can do these poses sitting down, even in a chair. Just lie down at any point if you need to have a bit of a rest. But otherwise, let's just come to stand into mountain pose, Tadasana. And we're just going to start by bringing the hands onto the lower abdomen and just rub the hands over the lower abdomen. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth. Soften the face. Feel the soles of the feet connected with the earth. Support of Mother Earth beneath you. Connection with Mother Earth. Good. And then bring the hands under the armpits, the side ribs, and just rubbing. Starting to deepen the breath. You might like to sigh the breath out through the mouth. Good. And then we're going to do a bit of tapping. So this is Donna Farhi's tapping sequence just to open up the lungs and the heart and enliven us a bit. So we make fists with the hands. Although if you've had a bit of a cough and a cold, just use fingertips. Otherwise, we're just going to start to tap all over the upper chest. And then we're going to go to again, back to the side rib cage area, but this time we're tapping. Good, and then we'll go to the lower part of the lungs at the back of the body on either side of the spine, down around the area of the kidneys. Good, and then just give the hands a bit of a shake, perhaps the legs. So we're going to do a few sort of cleansing breaths now. If you feel a bit lightheaded or dizzy, especially because it's hot, please stop at any point and sit down. But otherwise, we're going to imagine that we're standing in that body of water that we visualized earlier. So it might be the water hole or a pond. So that beautiful, fresh, cool water. And we're going to inhale, scoop down, pick up some of that beautiful, fresh, pure water, bring it up, and then we're going to, so it's like a releasing practice. So if you've had a lot of busy activity going on in the mind, our monkey mind, a lot of chatter, might even like to imagine that that's what we're letting go of so that we can bring the mind more to a place of calmness and steadiness and stability. So let's do 2 more of these. So we inhale, come down to scoop up that beautiful, fresh, cool, pure water, bring it up above the head. Whoa. And then once more. Good. And then just take a breath, tune in, turn inward, just be observant of what's going on inside. Okay, the next breath is a bit of a detox breath. Again, it's another cleansing breath where we make a sound. So we bring the arms up so that the elbows are shoulder height, and then we bring our palms together so the elbows stay at shoulder height. Now, as we inhale, we're going to take the arms wide, take them out. And then as we exhale, we make two pop, pop sounds. So, and as we do that, we concave the chest, we round the back. So breathing in, take the arms back. We'll do 4 more. Inhale. 2 more. And release the arms down. I think one of you's got your microphone on, just if you want to check. I think I can hear some. That doesn't really matter, but if you'd like to just have a look. Okay, one more quite forceful cleansing breath. This one we do, many of you have done this one with me before. We do it in Utkatasana, chair pose. So, and this is where you can get a little bit dizzy or lightheaded. So please just watch, and if it's too much, just stop and sit down. So the feet are hip width. So we're going to take the arms up above the head. And then as we exhale, we come into our imaginary chair. Now from here, we'll breathe in. And then as we breathe out, so you can do up to about 10 of these, and we can do them quite quickly. So we when you've had enough, just release. And you can hang forward, legs can be bent or straight. You might like to sway a little bit. Good. And then we'll slowly, slowly come back up into Tadasana. You might make a few slow circles with your shoulders. One hand over the heart, the other hand over the crown of the head. Might like to close the eyes. As you breathe in, I inhale still water. I reflect things as they are. I inhale still water. I reflect things as they are. Down. Open the eyes and just look as far into the distance as you can. And then bring your gaze to the tip of your nose. If you can't find your nose, you can bring the index finger to the tip and then just release the hand down. So again, look into the distance and back to the tip of the nose. To the distance, tip of the nose. If you've got glasses on, you might like to just take those off. Tip of the nose, to the distance, tip of the nose. And then just scrunch the eyes up and open the eyes and blink as fast as you can, 10 times. And then scrunch the eyes up and blink 10 times. Screw the eyes up and blink. Good. Now we're going to work with a peripheral vision practice now to strengthen our peripheral vision. So with this one, we're going to bring the left index finger up and take it directly out in front of their nose. So you're looking to the tip of the index finger. Now, without moving the head, we're going to move that left hand out to the left side. So you're gazing to the tip of the left finger, but not moving the head, and then watching the tip of the finger as you bring it back and to the nose tip. So let's try that 2 more times. So take it directly out in front, and without moving your head, follow the finger. Keep it shoulder height or a little bit higher. Back to the front and in. Last one. Good. And then we'll swap over. So right index finger up to the nose, take it directly out in front. And follow your finger, but keep the head still. Front to the nose tip. Finish, bring the palms of the hands together, rub them until they feel nice and warm. And then we'll cover our eyes, our closed eyes with our palms, and just breathe. Enjoying the darkness. Slide your fingers over your cheeks, flick the fingers away. Back into Tadasana, our arms by our sides. This we're going to turn the palms forward, and as we breathe in, raise the arms up above, and then blow the breath out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Press down through the feet and blow the breath out through the mouth. So just work with this at your own pace, linking the movement with your breath. Three more. Finish. Take a resting breath. Little stretch for our wrists now. As we breathe in, take the arms out to the side. So pressing against an imaginary wall. Hold that stretch. And let it go. Breathe in. And we'll do one more. All right, from here, just taking our attention down into our feet, let's see if we can lift all of our 10 toes off the floor. So the rest of the feet stay down, holding. and then lower, and then lift the heels up and hold and lower. So again, your 10 toes lifting, pressing the balls of the feet down. Lower the toes and lift the heels and down. Again, last time, lifting the toes. Feel the different muscles in the feet coming into play. Feel your knees, your thighs. Lower, lifting the heels. Notice how it changes when we're lifting the heels. And lower. Now this time, see if you can keep the big toes pressing down and lift your other 8 toes. Is that possible? And then lower, come up onto the balls of the feet. And down. So again, press your big toes down. Can you lift your other 8 toes off the floor? I think that definitely helps to lift the arches doing that. Good for strengthening our arches. And then lift the heels. And last one. So press the big toes down. 8 toes lifted. Hold, hold. And release, and just take a resting breath. Inhaling, let's raise the arms up, bringing the fingertips to touch. Exhale, float the arms down. So again, do this at your own pace, synchronizing the movement with your breath. Inhale. Have the words. I inhale still water. I reflect things as they are. I inhale still water. I reflect things as they are. If you'd like to add a bit of a balance, this time we'll come up onto the balls of the feet. I inhale still water. I reflect things as they are. It's a really good practice for strengthening our ankles. The one you're on, and we'll do 3 more. let's do a little bit of bouncing. So again, thinking of anything that is disturbing your peace, anything that's causing agitation in the mind. You might like to imagine that that is draining down through the body into the earth beneath you. And flick the fingers, you can sway. You might like to blow the breath out through the mouth. Just slowing that down. Coming to stillness, you might like to close the eyes. So you're in your beautiful mountain pose, very calm, very steady, still, and take a couple of breaths. All right, let's work with a couple of Thich Nhat Hanh's mindful movements, beginning with his variation of Warrior One. So we'll take the legs a little wider apart, turning the left toes around, right toes in a little bit, and then we turn to the left. So left hand resting on the thigh and right hand resting on the back thigh. So we're going to do 7 of these very slowly this morning. So let's exhale all breath. And then as we breathe in, we're going to bend the left leg and raise the left arm up. As we exhale, we lower the arm and straighten the left leg. Breathing in, bend the left leg, raise the left arm. And breathing out. So 5 more, inhale. And we'll turn to the other side. Exhale all breath. So bending the right leg as we inhale, raise that right arm up. And exhale. Stay with your breath. We're doing 3 more. Finish, take a breath. So this time we're having the heels touching toes turned out. Please remember also with this heat, if you're quite affected by it, you can always sit and visualize yourself doing these practices, not have to do them on a physical level. But if you're feeling okay, we'll work now with Thich Nhat Hanh's mindful squat. So hands are onto the hips. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift up onto the balls of the feet. As we exhale, we're lowering down. You don't have to come down very far. Some of you might be able to come down quite far. Not a competition. Inhale, balls of the feet, lift up high, lengthen up through the crown top. Exhale, coming down. So 5 more. Finish, you lower the heels, release your arms, and perhaps give the legs a bit of a shake. All right, this is our final standing sequence. And you might like to, last week, those of you here, grab a chair. So I'm going to show you with and without a chair. Don't have to. All right, so I'll show you with a chair and without. So starting off in Tadasana, and we're going to come into half Uttanasana or box pose, which we did last week. So you can do this as you come forward. You'll be like this with the fingertips on the back of a chair, or you can do this against a wall or not. You may not be holding onto the chair, so it's a bit stronger. Legs can be bent. So we'll feel free to watch the first one or just come along with me. We're going to do a few of these. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathe in, raise the arms above the head. And as you breathe in, you're coming into Ardha Uttanasana, half Uttanasana, half forward fold. Now we're going to hold here and exhale. So hands are on or off the chair. Inhale, coming all the way up and lower. So we'll do 2 of these and we'll add on if you'd like to. So breathe in. Breathe out. So fingertips on or off the chair. Inhale. Hold as you exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale. Any lower back issues, just watch that. You're probably best to bend the legs. So 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. So take a breath here. And be tall. And exhale. Just take a breath, resting there. All right, so we'll do 3 more, this time with an add-on, which you can do or not. So inhale. Exhale. Staying here for a breath. And then you can either keep the hands on the chair or breathe in and bring your fingers down to your legs or to the mat, legs bent or straight. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Now we're all coming up. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, so 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. So fingers on or off the chair. Stay here for a breath. And breathe in. And perhaps coming down further. Lift up halfway. And lower. And all the way up. One more. Breathing. Stay for a breath. Inhale. Perhaps slowing down. Lift up halfway. And inhale, coming all the way up. This time, bring your palms together and bring your hands to your heart and take a breath. Let's come now to lie down on our tummies with our forehead on our hands. One hand on top of the other, your chin or your forehead on your hands. Enjoying this time of rest. Perhaps saying to yourselves a few times, I inhale still water. I reflect things as they are. While you're resting, you might like to just reflect on the things in your life that cloud the water. Things that stir up and agitate the water so that it's not possible to get a true, accurate, clear reflection. When I was planning this session, I was sort of thinking, well, what's that for me? And a few examples I could think of is sometimes if I can get too attached to a certain thought or a certain opinion or also an emotion, anger or sadness or envy. If I watch a bit of crap on Netflix, and also think too many stimulants, alcohol, I don't hardly drink at all, but even 1 glass of alcohol, coffee, chocolate, and also for me, very much being in very noisy, crowded spaces. So I'd like to just spend a little bit of time, even after the session today, just journaling, what is it for me that clouds up the water, that stirs up the water, that agitates the water. It'll be different for each of us, and at different times in our lives, different things will be stronger than others. Part of being human, it's nothing to be, ashamed about or feel bad about. There's no judgment. It's just being, again, that's part of being really mindful and awake and aware, conscious. What are the things that are disturbing my mind? Let's work with a couple of back strengthening poses. The first one is a variation of Sphinx. So feet will be hip width apart or even wider if you want to be a little gentle for your lower back. And the hands are going to be wider than the mat. So forehead's on the mat. You can have a look if you're not sure. I'm creating a right angle with my arms. So the arms are bent. Exhaling all breath. And then as we breathe in, we're going to lift the head, the chest, and the arms, and really try to lift the elbows. So squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other, and then lower down. So we're keeping the tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift and lower. Now, if you'd like to hold this movement, this pose for a few breaths, feel free to do so. Otherwise, just one more. And lower. And again, just rest your chin or your forehead on your hands. If the lower back feels a bit tender, you can just swivel your hips from side to side. And then a choice, a gentler option is to come into crocodile, this position. Palms together, pressing down onto your forearms. Something a bit stronger is, again, another variation of cobra, this time Bhujangasana. Hands again are wider than the mat. Pressing the hands into the mat, so the elbows are lifted, forehead is down. Exhale all breath. And then breathing in, slowly lifting up. Try to draw the shoulders down away from the ears and keep the chest moving forward, not concaving the chest. And inhale, lift up. And we're going to do 3 more. But again, if you'd like to, you can hold this pose instead. So up to you. Lift. So inside your chest, lifting up and pushing back into child pose, any version of child pose that you like. Send the breath down into your lower back. to sit. I'd like to sit up onto a bolster or a cushion. And I'd like to invite you to work with a twist of your choice. So it might be sitting as I am, cross-legged Sukhasana twist, or it might be some more complex twist. Even if you like, you can lie back down and do a supine twist if you prefer. But let's just work with the twist and perhaps hold the twist for 5 breaths on each side. So if you want to do what I'm doing, absolutely fine. We're going to raise the arms out to shoulder height. So nice, tall, long, straight spine, and then turn to the left. So we're just going to stay in our chosen twist for about 5 breaths. Time you'll come back to center and twist the other way. For 2, just tuning in with how you're feeling. We're going to work with a little chant now. So be comfortable, even if you want to sit into a chair. And this is a beautiful chant that a friend of mine, I caught up with her on the weekend, and she was recently in India doing some, she's trained for a long time with A.G. Mohan and his wife, Indra, and their son. And if you're not familiar with A.G. Mohan, is one of India's most well-respected yoga therapists, along with Deepak Chand, who's no longer with us. And I have trained with A.G. Mohan, came to Australia many years ago, and I did a beautiful workshop with him and his wife. So she, my friend, shared with me, I said to her, what was the gem? I think it was about a 10-day training with them. And she shared this beautiful practice in which I've been working with all weekend and really enjoying it. And it's a chant to help us stay connected to our divine self. We all have that seed of divinity within us, which is connected to, it's an artificial separation, inner and outer divinity, or whatever word you like to use, God. So this chant is to connect us with that seed, that divine self within. And it involves 3 different hand positions. So we'll do this 3 times, the whole sequence. And the first place we're going to place in, which I was quite interested with, it wasn't like this, but the hand position was just sort of having the fingertips together, and then you place that over your heart center. And then we're going to chant here, then here, like this, and then again, fingertips together to the crown of the head. So we'll do this 3 times, chanting at each place. The chant is Om Paramatmane Namaha. So Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. So let's see how we go, and we might continue with this over the next couple of weeks as well, so we get the hang of it a bit more. So first of all, the hands are over our heart center. Eyes can be open or closed, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Exhale all breath. Breathing in. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Now we hold our shoulders. Inhale. Om Paramatmane Namaha. The crown of the head. Inhale. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Let's go through that again, back to the heart center. Inhale. Om Paramatmane Namaha. To the shoulders. Inhale. Om Paramatmane Namaha. To the crown. Inhale. Om Paramatmane Namaha. It's the last round, just with the chanting. I won't use any other words. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Sit quietly for a moment. Letting yourself come to lie down for Shavasana. I'd like to begin relaxation, the way we commenced our practice, by tensing the whole body as tightly as you can as you breathe in. And then let all of that tension go as you breathe out. 2 more times. And then giving yourself permission now to rest. Begin to release the weight of your bones into the earth and feel the support of the earth beneath you. letting go, letting go, letting go. And then once again, I invite you to imagine that you're sitting by a body of water, a water hole or a lake or a pond, rather than the ocean or a river. And visualize yourself gazing into the water. Inhale, cool water. Exhale, cool water. Clean water. Peaceful water. Water that is able to reflect truth, clear, accurate perception. Then after a short time, you notice a wise being, perhaps a spiritual teacher or wise sage, sitting on some ancient rocks directly opposite you, separated only by the small water hole or pool of water. And you see that in this wise being's hands, they hold a simple white lotus bloom, symbol of openness, purity, serenity, oneness. And after a short time, this wise being places the lotus on the surface of the water. And raindrops begin to fall, dappling the surface. You and this wise being continue to sit on in silence, stillness, and gaze at the lotus as it fills with raindrops. In this silence, you are able to experience your true self, free from limitations and unperturbed by sounds around you or bodily sensations or thoughts or feelings. In that still water, I reflect things as they are. Inhale, still water. I reflect things as they are. I'd like to share once again the passage from Longchen Rabjam. Do not alter, do not alter, do not alter this mind of yours. Do not grasp, do not grasp, do not grasp at this mind of yours. Alter, and you will stir up the cloudy depths of the mind. And a mind that is altered obscures its own true nature. So let's start now to bring our awareness back into the room, into the physical body. As you start to deepen the breath and bring a little bit of movement into your fingers and toes. You might like to have a bit of a stretch, do what feels good. And then just roll to one side and curl up into a little ball, hug your knees in. No hurry to come up. Just stay there for a moment. And perhaps you might like to just reflect on those aspects of your life that enhance steadiness, as well as those aspects that detract from steadiness. So aspects of life that enhance steadiness, as well as detract from steadiness. Feel ready. Absolutely no hurry. Let's come up to sit. One Om to seal our practice together this morning. So have your arms down by your side and breathe in. Take the arms above the head. We'll chant down. Om. To you all, keep cool and see you again soon.